All right, welcome. We've all seen AI that can write a poem or, create some incredible art from a simple prompt. But what if that same AI, that same creative power, could be used to hunt down the most sophisticated cyber threats out there? Well, today, that's exactly what we're diving into, how large language models are stepping up to become the new guardians of our digital world.
Think about this for a second. Imagine trying to find a single typo in a library that has 1 million books. That's kind of the challenge cybersecurity experts face every single day. Our entire world, everything, runs on code. And just one tiny mistake can become a massive backdoor for an attacker. The old way of doing things, having humans do manual checks, is like searching that entire library with a tiny magnifying glass. It's just so slow, it's exhausting, and it is way too easy to miss something critical.
And that's where the large language model, or LLM, comes into the picture. These AIs are just incredibly good at understanding the patterns and the structure of language. And it turns out the very same skills that let them write a sonnet can also be used to understand the super intricate language of software code. So we've essentially created a whole new kind of security analyst, one that can read and understand our software on a level that's frankly superhuman.
Okay, so how does this AI analyst actually work? What's in its toolkit? Let's break down its 4 key functions in the ongoing fight against cyber threats.
So these are the 4 core jobs that LLMs are taking on to revolutionize cybersecurity. They're analyzing the code itself, they're monitoring systems for weird behavior, they're helping us test our defenses, and they're classifying threats. Let's take a closer look at each one of these.
First up is code analysis. Here, the LLM acts like a tireless digital detective. It can scan through millions, literally millions, of lines of code to spot weaknesses, things like memory leaks or common error patterns. But what's really cool is it doesn't just find the problems. It also suggests actual fixes and helps the human security teams figure out which threats are the most critical and need to be dealt with first.
Next, the LLM puts on the hat of a 24/7 watchguard. It learns what's normal for a system by analyzing tons of logs and data. Then, once it has that baseline, it can spot any activity that looks out of place. This lets it detect those really stealthy attacks that older traditional systems would probably miss completely, giving us a crucial early warning.
LLMs are also a massive help in making our security testing way more effective. They can actually think like a hacker, generating realistic attack scenarios to really probe our systems for weaknesses. This helps human teams build much stronger defenses, and on top of that, it makes the entire testing process faster and a whole lot more thorough.
And finally, the LLM acts as a strategic planner. It pulls in intelligence from all over the place, from system logs, from official vulnerability reports, you might see these called CVEs, and from security updates. It pieces all of that data together to create this clear, high-level picture of the threat landscape. This helps organizations make much smarter decisions about where to focus their defense efforts.
And look, this isn't just some abstract theory. These are real tools that are being used today. You have things like CodeGPT, which acts as that digital detective for your code. There's SecureLLM, which is that 24/7 watchguard. And you have VulnScannerGPT, which helps teams test their systems by, you guessed it, thinking like a hacker.
So, we've seen how these tools work. But why is this such a huge game changer for cybersecurity? Let's get into the strategic advantage of bringing LLMs into the security world.
The shift from traditional security to LLM-powered security it's like going from a horse and buggy to a race car. Seriously, the old way was slow, it was reactive, and it just couldn't keep up. This new way is fast, it's proactive, and it's constantly learning, which gives us a massive advantage in the race against cyber threats. When you really boil it down, the value of LLMs in security comes from 3 main things: automation, accuracy, and speed. Automation frees up our human experts so they can focus on the biggest, most complex threats. Accuracy means fewer false alarms, which is huge. And speed? Well, speed is absolutely everything when you're under attack.
So this isn't just about getting better tools. It's really about entering a whole new era of cybersecurity, one where AI is an essential partner in our collective defense.
I think this quote really nails the key takeaway. LLMs are so much more than just a new gadget for cybersecurity. They're a true strategic asset that can help organizations stay ahead of the curve in what is an increasingly dangerous digital world.
But all of this does raise a really critical question. If AI is becoming our best defense, what happens when it also becomes the attacker's best weapon?
As we build smarter and smarter defenses, we also have to prepare for a future where our adversaries are just as powerful. And that, well, that's the challenge that lies ahead.